In this lecture, I want to address those of you that are operating more from the left-brained aspect of your thinking, and you want to have proof that this works. You need the science behind it because the airy-fairy logic behind it all is not sufficient for you. And I'm really glad that you're that way. My brain works that way as well. The professional word for dowsing is radiesthesia. The word radiesthesia contains the word radio, radial, radius, or radiation. And radio is a wireless transmission of voice signals with radio waves. Radial, the translation of that means it's something that is ray-like by means of radiant energy. And what this really means is that everything is sound. In other words, your body is a radio. It is a biochemical and bioelectrical system. Your body was created according to chemical rules based on nature. The basis of your temple is hydrogen and oxygen, and sodium and chloride, and a bunch of other elements such as rhodium, iridium, platinum, palladium, gold, silver, and so on. Those of you that are into the platonic solids or into the chakra system, you know that we have the system of earth and water, air, fire, and the universe, aka ether. And these platonic solids correspond to our chakra system. Whether you're asking a mathematician, an alchemist, or a religious person, or a physicist, everybody has their truth, their way of explaining why things work the way they do. This can be found in mathematics, and numbers, and alchemy, and colors, physics, and cymatics. Also, of course, sacred geometry that healers are into, the platonic solids. You've probably heard of Fibonacci, or the golden spiral. For the scientific people of you, Wikipedia explains sympathetic resonance this way. A sympathetic resonance or sympathetic vibration is a harmonic phenomenon wherein a formerly passive string or vibratory body responds to external vibrations to which it has a harmonic likeness. Now, the opposite is true too. Sometimes we meet people and we feel like we just don't click with them. We don't resonate with them. We have a gut feeling that says, something's wrong, something's off. I don't quite know what it is. It's a gut feeling. You know the language that goes with it. And so sympathetic resonance is when your beingness, your soul, your body is emanating radio waves, aka radiesthesia, and another person is receiving those radio waves, and vice versa. So these sound waves are constantly being emanated with every breath you take, with every word you speak, with every thought you think. And these sound waves are ripple affecting the world around you. Okay? And likewise, when other people are coming into your energy field, you're sensing everything about them. You may not be consciously aware of their thoughts or their feelings. Some of you are. And when you figured out how to translate or how to perceive those sound waves, it becomes much, much easier to then know exactly why the person is emanating that type of frequency, whatever it is. Dowsing picks up on all of that. And that is why this tool is so amazing. In the world of nature, we can place the Fibonacci or the golden spiral over even a hurricane, over tornadoes, over facial geometry. It is located everywhere. And when you are using a dowsing pendulum, a tool, you are tapping into that force of nature. So the way that all of this translates, these radio waves, these sound waves, these frequencies, is that the pendulum is really just an external tool to show you what is inside of you, what you perceive. I mentioned before that consciously you may not be aware of another person's frequency or what they're actually emanating out from them. So let's look at this chart that I've created for you. On the left side, we have on the top, the smaller circle is your conscience. That's actually the part that you are dealing with. My part right now, my conscious part, is talking to you. The larger circle underneath is your subconscious. That's actually the all-knowing part. But there is this thing called ego that is standing gate, that is standing watch, and it is sitting in your third chakra. That is where your self-esteem is. That is where your confidence is. And ego is very comfortable with the lower chakras 1, 2, and 3. It is very comfortable with the sense-oriented world. It is not so much comfortable. In fact, it even fears the unconscious. And so it stands gate there, preventing that information from bubbling to the surface. But I want you to look from the first drawing on the left, number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 4. When you get to number 4, you see how the arrow in between that is connecting your conscience with your subconscious is getting wider and wider and wider until the moment when your ego is no longer standing guard. That is an evolutionary journey that every single human being is going through. You can consciously work with this pattern, opening it up, opening up your bridge, so to speak, between your conscience and your subconscious. And dowsing can help. Eventually, you're going to come to a place where you no longer need the pendulum, where this information is free-flowing between your subconscious, percolating to the surface into your conscience very, very easily and instantaneously. Okay, so I hope that this makes sense to those of you that are very left-brained, that needed a little bit more proof. And I want to move on to the next lecture now.